So separation exists in an imagined land of you, and it becomes an energetic expression that kind of follows the body around most of the time, like a shadow. Right here, right now, what can you say you are? Who can you say you are? So right here, right now, who and what are you? You always live in the imagination of who and what you are. You believe you're a name, you believe you're an age, you believe you arrived into this room and you sat down. But all of this is belief systems. It's not actually true. It's not reality. Reality is. And reality is no thing looking itself as everything. If you want to call it consciousness, or if you want to call it beingness, aliveness, call it whatever you like, I don't care. Whatever resonates. But know, if we use the word consciousness or beingness, the consciousness isn't separate from the appearances. It is all appearances. And the consciousness is totally empty. It's not a thing that can be found. Often we look at personal awareness and we think that's the big consciousness. So not the movement of the lens. So you can put personal awareness on thoughts, or on your chest, or on your foot, or on Khaleesi. There can be the movement of that. But that isn't the big consciousness we're talking about. The perception is instantaneous and ever still, if we talk about it from consciousness terms. The perception never moves and is moving all the time. It's all things. Whether movement of attention or moves in the dream, it's a thing happening in the dream and can be perceived. So if we go down the traditional Advaita, they would say there is consciousness, and then consciousness is aware of I am. And they would say that neither of those are inside of you. They are everywhere and nowhere. You believe you are consciousness, but actually there is consciousness, and the appearance of you, the character, comes and goes in that consciousness. What's always present is consciousness and I am. The I am is a sense of existence. But I don't really like splitting them up because I see them as the same. The I am is the everything side and the consciousness is the nothing side. The I am is the love side and the consciousness is the emptiness side. It's not really separate, but traditionally they separated them just to make it easier to be able to talk about, I presume. Amazing that somebody ever managed to get this into words. And all teachers tend to say, I'm right, I'm right, I'm right, and all students spend time bickering over which one is right and which one is wrong. And of course I'm right. I mean, that's the truth of it, really. I'm right when I say none of them are right. None of them are wrong. But there's just humanness. The way we speak as humans is we always have to compare it to something else. So we in a way always sound like our way is better or our way is the right way. Ignorance is when you believe that to be true, but when you speak about something you have to imply the others are wrong and that's right. So by me saying all other teachers, some say it's right, their way is right, and this way is right, and that way is right. Whereas I say, it doesn't really matter, whatever resonates. There is no truth to this. But I sound like I'm saying I'm right, because that's the nature of our language, and that's the nature of being human. But that's changing and evolving, and it doesn't have to define being human. And it's not true. That's the beauty in seeing this and waking up, just seeing how untrue our thoughts are, what we think, the way we communicate is, and how far away from reality it is. Reality is so free and boundless, and it doesn't suffer at all. There is no one here that can suffer. It's only the person that can suffer because it believes it's real and it believes pain is happening to it. So animals, the rest of life doesn't suffer. It's only the human does because it assumes it's alive and that life is happening to it and that it exists in time and it lives this lie. Animals experience pain. I'm not saying go and beat up a dog because they don't experience pain. They experience pain, but they don't suffer. They don't suffer that pain, which is a big difference. Because to Khaleesi, there's nobody there having pain. There is only this wide, vast space, this infinite space that's free, that cannot hold on to anything. Even though pain, sustained pain can appear, sustained fear can appear, sustained joy can appear, it doesn't belong to her. So basically, in my definition of the end of suffering is it coming back to what is. At the moment, the way it's being experienced in most human bodies is they believe they're a moving person that's walking through a separate world. And if you come back to what is, then who you truly are is this stillness appearing as movement, and in that appears and disappears a person. The suffering is the belief that you are that person. And there's attachment to all the ideas, the belief systems, the feelings, the emotions, and the experiences of that person. And when you feel limited, when you feel like you are that separate person, and you're living a lie, you always feel like there's something wrong. So you go on this journey to end that and to feel like you got to the right place. But you can never find that. You can never get to that. So the search gets more and more intense and more uncomfortable because you get more and more disappointed by life. You can't get there. You can't find it. Whereas really, the whole time, your essence was it. And your essence was there in every experience that happened.